Y'all, it's that time again. Pick a card time. Pile number one, pile number two, pile number three. Take your time. Pick your pick. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I'm assuming that maybe even by the thumbnail you've already picked. Hoping so, because I'm about to. Oh, pirate face. Anytime I do that, it's pirate face. That's pirate face. Okay, y'all may notice from my energy tonight, I am having to be intentionally subdued because I have the crotch fruit, aka my daughter, asleep in the other room in this T90 house. And I can't be screaming like I normally can. And I almost feel like I can't even do a video if I can't scream because hollering is how communication comes out. I can't. So bear with me. Pile number one, pile number two, pile number three. Let's go. We're going to move piles number two and three to the side. All right, we're going to start with happy little pile number one. I really like this crystal. It's like tourmalated quartz. You know, it's got sticks in it. It's not actually sticks. I think it's pieces of black tourmaline. Doesn't matter. Y'all didn't care. Okay, so we're going to see what we got here. I'll tell you. All right. So we have crowning this spread. We have Six of Cups upright. Positive card to have. There, y'all kind of see it. Whatever. Then the next level we have the Guru, but in the reverse, which is the Hierophant reversed. Then we have the Nine of Cups in the upright. Happy days, happy days. Bottom row, Ace of Swords in reverse. Two of Pentacles. Judgment card in reverse. Okay, so if I'm starting out, we're just going to start out from the top of this pyramid with our Six of Cups in the upright. This is a positive start to it, okay? So this pile, there's a bit of nostalgia and this like youthful quality to the tone of this pile. It's kind of this like you might have some issues with your past. Doesn't have to be bad necessarily, but there's something from your past that's kind of coming up for you, whether it's some kind of a past traumatic thing that's kind of bubbling up, or it's people from your past. Don't you let somebody like an ex that you ain't heard from in a year just come popping up, you know, like uh-oh. Uh-oh. But this is something from your past kind of coming out, or some nostalgia. It might even be a call to go home. So, you know, visiting your parents for some kind of a reason, that it can be very, literally into that. But the second part of this pyramid with the Hierophant in reverse and the Nine of Cups, both of these honestly are fairly positive cards. This is kind of saying that though you may have like nostalgia on the mind, or this past energy that's kind of on the mind, it's like you're coming out of it in a new way. There's some kind of reinvention of you that's coming forward. It's like you're not doing something kind of the typical old way that you used to do it. Like conventional stuff is kind of out. It's like you're trying something new. You're being kind of innovated. So it's like, even though we have the old right here at the very top, it is crowning this reading. We do have the old very much so here. It seems to be doing it different, popping up. And him showing up right next to this, I would say that this is a very positive thing. It's like whatever you're doing that's different. I feel like I have a cat hair on my upper lip, which is like the most, attractive place to have a pet dander. when you're recording yourself for people to view. Why are y'all here? Why are y'all here? So this again, restart is like there's something that you're manifesting, there's something that you're working on, there's some kind of a desire, some dream, something that you're working on, and you're going about it in a very non-traditional way, which perhaps people in your past might be kind of griping about. Maybe that's why they're showing up, or maybe it's kind of like this robotic programming that you have in your head. Oh, like, no, this is the way we were supposed to do things, this is the way I was told to do things, to where it's almost like, oh, I can't do that because, I was taught that the only way I could be successful is if I did A, B, and C. So that's not for me. That would never work out. But it's like you're done with that programming, and it's like, no, if that's what I love and that's what I'm feeling and that's what I'm feeling called towards, or I'm trying to level up and do something different, kind of break the mold, come out of the box, then I'm going to have to do it in a non-traditional way, because traditional ways haven't necessarily taken me close to the goal. So we're going to do something different. Now, bottom row is where things get a little bit stickier. Just a tad sticky. Just a tad, but sticky. So this is actually how, from this way over, the way that I'm looking at it on the ground. So, ground table. By ground, I mean table. It's been a day, y'all. It's been a day. So the Ace of Swords, though, it's like there's some confuddlement. Can I say confuddlement? That's not really a word, I don't think. But I have a feeling that you are feeling a bit confuddled about it. It's like, I don't really know the best way to do this. It's like it's out of the box. It's kind of out of the way that anybody's ever really done it. So you might be a bit of a trailblazer, perhaps, with this. You might have, or you're doing things differently that you've just never done it this way before. It's kind of uncharted territory. It's just it's new, and you're unpracticed at it, and you don't really know what's coming. You don't really know how to even plan for it or anticipate it. So there's some kind of mental confusion, some brain fog about, like, I would be prepared and I would be that type to try and be prepared if I even had a clue as to what this entails fully. But you don't, because it's new. You're blazing a trail. So it doesn't have to, it could be like in terms of like your higher calling and your purpose, and oh, like a project. It could be projects and stuff like that, but it doesn't even have to be that. It could easily be, almost like the healing process where, and I say that this is the confusion, this is kind of the juggling of I don't know how to anticipate, and this can be your higher calling, where it's like, the project, the plan that you feel like, this is me, my time has come, I'm starting to understand, it's starting to unfold, the path that's here, like, oh God, I've been wondering all this time, what is it? And now it's like, it's showing up. But when I see this in the reverse, I think of it as kind of being a bit unanswered, or a bit still unawakened in yourself. And so it doesn't have to just be like a plan, it can be healing, you know? So, say this past year, 2020, dare I speak the numbers in consecutive order, has thrown enough pickles in your direction, enough like emotional and mental pickles, that now you're like, I has a lot to brain. I has a lot to sort upstairs. Like, where do I start? What has happened? My brain coils as mush. For some reason, I'm feeling a little bit of that vibe. If that's not you and your brain ain't that damn mushy, I'm not trying to come for you. Like, and if you feel personally attacked right now, sorry, I'm there with you. But there is kind of that feeling of a healing process that's still very much so underway, you know? So it's like juggling. I'm trying to do my daily grind, I'm keeping the kid fed, wiping an ass if I have to, but at the same time, like trying to get a grip on life, trying to get a grip on reality and level up and be like, okay, there's just so much trailblazing, and it's like the new juxtaposed with the old, and the dreams juxtaposed with the obligations of life. So it's like you're just straddling this line. Stop, go, new, old, me, the people I serve. Like where's the balance? And the true answer there's really no such thing as balance. So like, don't hold yourself too crazy about it. But I do see some type of, especially with this card, there's something that's nagging you, something that's calling you. It's calling your attention, it's calling your focus towards it. So if you've been trying to kind of ignore it and push it to the side, how's that working out for you? How's that working out for you? Probably not well. I'm just gonna go and say, you can't ignore it. If you're ignoring the whisper, it's gonna be a bit of a like, okay, verbal, just loud, normal conversational speak. And if you ignore that, it's gonna be a should have had a VA moment, like cracked over your skull. It's gonna get louder. So whatever this is that's calling you, it is good. It looks good. But it is something that you're going to be kind of like figuring out the nuances of it until you're able to actually um, put more of the puzzle pieces together. But it seems from here, what I'm looking at, that you don't have all the puzzle pieces, so don't freak out about it. It's unfolding. It is becoming. It is in the process of becoming. But hang tight with it and don't be robotic you know stay in this energy of doing it a different way. Okay, that is pile number one. Hopefully that resonated. Okay, let me take my quiet ass energy on to pile number two. I say quiet energy and I wonder how many people are watching this and I was like, no, it's still pretty fucking loud. Or at least like, yeah, I don't know, fuck, that's me, man. People can be like, why are you faking? No, believe me, bitch. Believe me. That's just how it goes. Okay, let's see here. So starting, this is already juicy. Pile number two, people. Y'all went in for the juice. Okay, crowning the reading is the world, and it is in what I feel to be a happier position, upright. Second tier, we have the Page of Wands in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse. Getting interesting right there, interesting. And kind of the bottom foundation of the reading, we have Knight of Wands in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse, but yet the Three of Cups in the upright. Interesting. Starting out though, crowning the reading, what the majority of this reading feels like, something has been completed. You have seen something all the way through. So I don't know if you have broken up with somebody, ended a relationship, maybe severed some ties with family, or quit your job, started a new job, severed some ties with coworkers, or just came to a mental paradigm shift where you're like, very much so the new year, new me type energy, where it's like, I'm wrapping up that old, tying a bow around it, and letting that be compartmentalized. That's that's the past. That's the past me. That's the past way I used to think about it. That's the past way I used to talk about it. That's the past way I used to interact with it. Anything like that in my head, interpersonally, my spiritual beliefs, even like this is a revamping. There is some kind of completion. I mean, this could even just be as simple as like you graduated. Like, so if you ended a semester and it's like, yeah, I finally graduated nursing school, then high five to you, good job. But this is a completion. There's some kind of finality here. Finality. Now, even though we have the finality, the second tier though, where things start getting a little bit juicier, and you're kind of like, wait, what? We have Page of Wands reversed with the Two of Swords in reverse. So, just real quick, I would like to call attention to the fact that we have two Wands cards here, both the Page and the Knight of Wands, and they're both in reverse. And we have a Wands energy here. There's a fair amount of fire energy in this pile. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I don't know if you are interacting with an Aries, Leo, Sag, or you are one yourself, but that energy is coming through quite strongly in pile number 2. And I bring that up because sometimes these court cards can represent actual people that you're interacting with, but it doesn't have to be. It could also be yourself. But this tier 2 energy, the Page of Wands, the energy I'm getting off of this person, there's kind of a dryness about them. By dry, I mean, is the passion gone? Is the fire burnt out? Or is this person, I was going to say, are they talking shit? But I don't think they're talking shit anymore because we've got this here that's saying we're not communicating. So it's like maybe if there was some shit that was said, perhaps there was some shit that was said that you didn't care for necessarily too great. And now we're not really even talking about it so much anymore. It's kind of like, well, that got a little sticky and we just kind of like left it. But there's kind of a feeling that maybe some words were said that weren't the happiest. It didn't land well. It was dry. And by dry, it doesn't necessarily mean like it was nasty or mean shit, but by dry, it kind of feels like it just wasn't fertile, like nothing could grow from it. Like we can't grow from that. We can't grow from this. There's just something about it where we're not, like it will, like you were hoping in terms of words, like maybe this poetic bountiful rose garden would come out of someone's mouth, or something fertile or receptive, and instead it was kind of like, yeah babe, I hear ya, yeah great, cool story bruh, and you're like just changing the channel on the TV. Yeah, sounds good babe, yeah, do whatever you want, do whatever makes you happy, it's cool. And it's like, did you hear what I said though? Like, are you bought into this at all? Like, am I talking to myself, Lord? There's kind of a feeling like that. Someone might have let you down. Maybe someone wasn't your confidant when you needed them to be. But there's just some kind of like dryness. That's what I feel. It's kind of like it's just a womp womp. You know, it's more or less what I feel from that. With it being the Two of Swords right next to it in reverse, it's kind of like blinders are off. I think that kind of ties into this world card of sense of completion, the paradigm shift, if nothing else, like mentally the paradigm shift, where it's kind of like, yeah, I see what it is now. I see what I'm working with. And it doesn't necessarily mean that what you're working with is bad, because you've got the Three of Cups over here, which can be a positive card. It's not that there's something bad. It's just kind of like reality is not missed on you. It's not missed. You see it. You're pretty clear. I know what this is. I know what I'm living with. I know what I'm working with. I understand the conditions here. And because I have a good grip on what it is I'm dealing with, I can make good decisions about where I'd like to go from here. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're moving on from whatever this is. I don't necessarily get a moving on energy. I get a completion, but completion doesn't necessarily mean going. Because we've got the Knight of Wands, but he's in reverse. So this is fast. This is travel. This is forward moving. This is like, nah. And again, I'm getting a bit of this dryness. The dryness is coming through with the Knight, just like the Page. So I don't know if there's some kind of like immaturity going on there. Like, I think it might have improved. Your thought about it might have improved You know, it's like maybe it felt worse to you in the past, and now it's something it's like you're getting over it because it's like, I used to sweat it and make it mean something worse, and now I'm like, no, I like that's just him, or that's just the way the workforce is, like that's just the way my job is laid out, you know. That's just how my kid is right now because that's the developmental stage that they're in, you know, like something like that where it's kind of like almost a let bygones be bygones feeling a bit of it, you know. I don't see a whole lot of like emotional turmoil or emotional charged about it. It's almost like it is what it is. Like I know what this is and it is what it is, but there's not really any progress. There's no real momentum at all. There's no growth. There's no movement. There's no progress necessarily because these are two pretty stopped energies. This is like whatever has lost its fire, whatever has lost its passion, whatever that is that's kind of gone womp womp dry on you. It's like, and we're just not even talking, you know. I'm not like sending any kind of messages to them. I'm not, you know, they're not texting me. I'm not texting them, or there's no emails anymore. If it was like stuff going on at work, it's like, you know, we kind of like dried up on the communication front there, or you know, if perhaps you were feeling kind of lovey-dovey with this person, if that's where this is going, then it's kind of like, well, you know, maybe the honeymoon phase is lifted a bit. You're not feeling as charmed anymore. Maybe that seventh year of marriage is just kind of landing. Maybe you've been with somebody for about a year or two, and you're like, yeah, true colors are really shining. And I'm getting this feeling that you're kind of like, I'm gonna do me. I think that's mostly what I'm feeling from this Three of Cups because you've got like this dry on this one side. It's like dry, it's complete, paradigm shift. Yeah, I got it. I know where we are in reality. And so I'm gonna do me. I'm just gonna focus on me. You know, if I can't get the watering fertility nourishment over here, you know, whatever it is, work, relationships, whatever, something dry. This is just dusty as fuck over here, man. It's like water energy. Then I'm gonna water my own cup. I'm gonna fill up my own cup. If I want to have a girls' night, I'm gonna have a girls' night. If we want to get drunk on Zoom together, we're gonna get drunk on Zoom together. Like whatever it is, there's just kind of this feeling of like, don't worry about me. I got me handled. You know, I got me handled. I'm not gonna sit around at the house and watch you in your damn recliner with your fucking Cheeto dust hanging on your man tits. Like, I might go to the restaurant by myself and get me a tall one. I don't know. I don't know what this means for you specifically. It might not be a love message, but whatever is dry is something that you're like kind of detaching from or disengaging from, I should say, disengaging, and you're just re-engaging in yourself, which I'd say it's like kudos to you, man, you know? So this isn't, there's nothing negative about this. It's like actually there's some clarity and some good solid inner work that's gone on here. It's more or less that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink kind of a thing where, you know, other people are other people. And other things can be outside of your control, whether it's with work or whatever. And so it's kind of like, well, then I can control me and I'm going to just do what I need to do. I'll take care of myself. So, not a bad energy. I like it for you, pile number two. I like it for you. That's pile number two. Pile number three. Final pile. Pretty green. Pretty green. Did you get clean? With my happy bag of rocks in my, not in my vagine, but upon it. All right, let's see what we got here. Pile number three. Pile number three. Oh my Lord. we got a little bit of back and forth, up and down going on here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, your world might be a little topsy-turvy. Some topsy-turvy going on here in pile number 3. Okay, okay. These readings are always, I feel, kind of the most interesting to try and decipher as a tarot person, because there's so many different ways cards can go. And when you see something that looks on the surface almost confused, it's like, oh Lord, we're going to have to dive into some sophisticated psychology to get this one out. Because that's kind of what it feels like. No, I'm not calling you a head case. I'd be calling my damn self a head case. Don't worry about it. But we got some stuff. We got some stuff going on here. Okay, let's just start. Crowning the reading, we got the Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups. Come on, redneck, yeah, pull through, pull through. It's nighttime. It's nighttime. But you ain't that damn tired. You ain't got to be. Knight of Cups in the upright. Not bad, not bad. Second tier, we have Strength reversed right next to the King of Wands. And some people read this as Sag, but I always feel Leo vibes off this, and this is a Leo card. So there's 2 Leo energies right here. 2 Leo energies. And the bottom tier, Ace of Wands, 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Swords in reverse. Well, 4 of Wands in reverse too, sorry. Whoops. And 4 Swords in reverse. So we got 2 4s here on the bottom. 2 4s. But we also got 2 more Wands. So you got fire energy. You got a fair amount of fire energy in this. A fair amount. As in 4 out of the 6 cards feel fiery. 4 out of 6. So we've got whatever is going on, to me, feels a bit, say, spiritual in nature. Spiritual. So whatever this kind of up, down, topsy-turvy clusterfuck is happening, this might be a bit of a spiritual confusion for you. So Knight of Cups is crowning the reading. Now the Cups energy, that's your water energy. So this could be either yourself or a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, a water sign, or it could just be somebody who's kind of indicating those watery-like traits, those emotional traits. Because crowning the reading, what we have here is some form of an emotional offer. There's, whether it was a conversation that you had with, say, it could be yourself, but it could also be a partner, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be a boss, it could be coworkers, whatever, whomever. But there's some kind of like emotional outpouring that's at the top of this, an emotional outpouring. For some reason in my head, and I don't see dark cards here, I'm not seeing dark cards here, but Dark Night of the Soul kind of stood out to me. That was something that just kind of popped in there. So I'm going to say it, because if it pops in there, I'm going to say it. Where, like, almost the feeling of coming out of a dark night of the soul, or perhaps a difficult emotional time, perhaps, that you were coming out of, where it could have felt kind of Dark Night of the Soul-esque. And just to, like, define what Dark Night of the Soul is, it sounds a lot like what it is. It's kind of that rough patch that almost feels like a rite of passage, some kind of event or time in your life where you kind of like it put hair on your chest, oh, from boys to man kind of a moment. Yeah, for some reason I'm feeling like you might have been through something that put hair on your chest. Don't know why that's coming to mind. But it kind of feels like it. It kind of feels like it. You could also be going through menopause and your estrogen kind of stopped out on you. Now you're growing hair in weird places and it's not your favorite. Hey, whatever. Happens to all of us, right? So, silliness aside, Knight of Cups, though, there's some kind of emotional outpouring that I'm feeling. The dark days feel past. Feels like that's behind you. But the reason why I'm feeling a bit of this energy, because we have emotionality, like umbrella overing this kind of a spiritual, like, Is it stop? Is it go? Like, do I have it on lock or do I need to figure it out more? The Strength card in reverse right next to the King of Wands. Now, this could be an Aries, Leo, Sag. This is a Leo energy, so this is why I'm bending towards Leo when I see this. This could be someone you are dealing with, this could be you, but this is someone with that energy. Now, both people that I'm seeing here predominantly, they are both in the upright, so it's like they both have their wits about them. They're both in, I would say, a good place. So it's not that I'm seeing toxicity just leaking out anywhere, but I am seeing this kind of feeling that, there's some kind of emotional something that is being offered or that is on the table that is occurring right now. But there's a weak in the knees moment about it. You have somebody else that's trying to come in strong and they're trying to kind of hold the fort. They're like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm I'm with you. I'm going to help you out. Or someone that's facing you, y'all are going towards one another, whatever kind of pairing this is. But for some reason, there is a flip flop about it. And as a tarot reader, it's confusing to try and articulate it because there is a weak in the knees, shaky, I'm not sure feeling about it. And this is where I also get the not sure, shaky. Let's just talk about it. On the bottom, we've got the Ace of Wands with the Four of Wands in reverse. So this is typically, if we're just going off of stereotypical, this is typically like you're getting laid. Like, the passion is flowing, man. And this is like the womp womp, you know, non-committal card. So it's like either one, in a romantic type situation, you're dealing with somebody that either one of you or both of you is like there's passion there and we're facing each other and coming towards each other, but there's kind of this cautious insecurity about it because, like, have we actually put a label on it yet? Like, we're an item, but are we an item? Kind of a thing. That's what I'm kind of seeing. It can also even be like in a marriage where it's like, we had a fight and it almost beat us, but yet we're like, no, I'm still hanging in there. But are you? Or, you say you're still hanging in there and I want to, but am I? Can I? Kind of there's just this air of like questioning. There's so many questions in here. There's so much second guessing and there's so much like flip-floppy mind changing. You're changing your mind. Somebody's changing their mind a lot. Somebody thinks one thing at breakfast and by lunchtime they might think something else. They might have a different idea by lunchtime. Like, that's what I'm seeing. And yet, here on the one cornerstone of it, we've got the Four of Swords in reverse. So it's kind of like, get out of your head. Get out of your own head about it. It's like if you've done the contemplating and the meditation and you've been through the incubation period where you've like done the analysis paralysis, it's like, well then stop. Get out of your own head. This can also mean that this is a relationship that's actually pretty good and pretty healthy because we have two court cards here again that are both in the upright and they're facing each other. The way that it is on my table when I'm looking at it, it's like this. We're facing each other. We're seeing eye to eye. Well, not quite eye to eye. Whoever the watery energy is might have a larger, bigger picture perspective, and whoever the more fiery, passionate person is um, has a bit more of a, let's say, grounded perspective in this. So, like, bigger picture versus individual trees, or like someone who's thinking really emotionally versus someone who's kind of more, hedonistic. Like, hey, baby, now's as good of a time as any, kind of a feeling. I don't know why I'm feeling that, so that might not resonate with everybody, but for some reason that's coming through. But there can be like this almost mutual excitement where there's something that's good here, but maybe it feels like it's too early to speak on it. And that can be for a romantic relationship, but that can also be, yeah, that's a cat. Shit. Whatever. Oh, here's my train of thought. Where was it? Where was it? But it doesn't have to just be a romantic relationship. It could also be like a business venture or a business project, like something that maybe you've put your energy into, like your emotional energy into and your spiritual energy into, and it's something that you feel like low key proud of, and you're kind of want to like like golf clap for yourself, like quiet on the low, but you don't feel like it's quite time to hurrah hurrah in a public way, or like sing your praises or put it on Facebook or anything like that. Like there's something that's like not quite official about it, or something that wants to stay low key. And I think that that's just because there's a little bit of like confidence issues about it, or an indecision about it, that might make it not want to go live. you know? So I don't know what kind of ups and downs and flippy floppies we got going on here in pile three, but I mean, it is noticeable. Shall I say that? It is noticeable. Like part of me wants to do clarifiers, but like if I did that, then we'd go long. We'd go long, and I'm not fixing to. This is a night reading. We already got cats coming up in here. Um, but yeah, there is kind of a romantic vibe that I get from this, but it doesn't have to be dealing with a romantic thing, or a partner type situation. But for some reason, that's what's feeling the most about it. But if I had to give any suggestions at all, I would say to develop confidence in this and get out of your head. Yeah, it looks good. It looks positive. So if this perhaps is a situation where you almost might be self sabotaging, pump the brakes just a tad. Just pump your own brakes so that that doesn't happen. But I'm not seeing any toxicity. So, whatever dark night of the soul or hardship that you might have come through, or toughness, like there's positivity to be had now. So, if this is it safe to trust moment, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. It looks good. So, that is for you, pal 3. That is for you. So, please, as always, let me know how your pals felt. I like to know how your pals felt. I really could just keep the 5 head out of it, truly. But Kiki is just right here. Her name's Chantilly, but I call her Kiki. I say, hey, Kiki, what's up? You on my tarot cards? Let's see if I swivel around so y'all can see her. Kiki, we see your face. Kiki, we see your face. Look at a Kiki face. It's a Kiki. It's a Kiki face. You got your foot on my cards. You touch your romance angles. Are you feeling romantic? It's love in the air. She was like, shut the fuck up. Go to bed. Like, for real, though. That's what I need to do. I drink caffeine to try and stay up, but, like, I've got to be back up early and do, like, day 2 of 5 of homeschool. And y'all, homeschooling a 5-year-old consists of endless Zoom meetings where the only thing that transpires is so and so, mute yourself. Like, no toys, put the toys away. Like, eat breakfast on your own time. Yeah, okay. Try to get the child to do that. Anyway, like, it's hashtag hectic. So I'm sure any of y'all in that boat can hashtag relate. So anyway, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna let this be a bitch fest. We're not gonna bitch in this video. We have plenty of time to do that. Enjoy y'all's pick a card. I will see y'all soon in another video soon. This is going to be uploaded at night. Y'all going to be like, why is this girl awake? What has happened? And then y'all will know exactly why if y'all see the end of this video. And then y'all can, you know, totes pray for me. Come through, Tai Chi. Come through. All right, this is enough of this foolishness. Bye for now.